So you beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. Today I want to focus on why I believe Activision and EA are both guilty of taking advantage of gamers, and also why I believe they're slowly killing the FPS genre. Now if you do enjoy the video at any portion, don't forget to drop a like, and if you are new here, consider subscribing with the notification bell click so you get my Call of Duty videos as soon as they are published. So we'll focus on the first portion of what I said, and that's I believe these guys are guilty of taking advantage of us gamers. The reason I feel this way is I'm 36 next month, so I'm a boomer to a lot of you guys. I've been playing games for many years. I'm a bona fide gamer, and I've owned pretty much every single console you can name, even if it's for a short period of time. And one thing I've noticed over my time gaming is the change and the reluctancy in AAA titles actually coming out like AAA titles, especially from these two publishers. When I used to go and buy a game, it'd be on a shelf, and this would have been play tested for thousands upon thousands of hours before the final product could be purchased by myself. Now, I'm not saying for a second that games didn't have glitches in them, but I rarely experienced them. Whereas now, we seem to experience problems no end with games on the day of release, even with alphas being available to the general public and betas. And this is a massive problem for me because there is evidence to me to suggest these guys aren't bothered that the game comes out finished, because they know they have the luxury of updating the game when they want to do this. And it's a shame because consumers are paying for a substandard product from the day of its release and are expected to wait a period of time before they get the complete game. Now, if we take this out of gaming and you went to a shop and let's say you brought a pair of shoes with no insole and no laces, you went home, you opened the box, no shoe, no laces, no insole, maybe a missing heel. What would you do with that product? You'd complain. You'd expect either a refund or partial refund or a replacement with the full product that you paid for and purchased. But this doesn't happen in gaming, does it? And this is why I believe these guys are actively taking advantage of us gamers, because year upon year now, these things have continually happened, and I don't see this ending anytime soon at all. And I believe this is one of the major reasons why Call of Duty Vanguard is the least sold Call of Duty multiplayer game in 14 years. I believe this is why people are revolting when it comes to Battlefield 2042. The games are an absolute mess. Now, I will say for Call of Duty, it is the most fun Call of Duty I've played in a while, but that isn't really a great title to have considering the games that we've previously had. Now, if we move forward to why I believe they're destroying the FPS genre, and I know there are so much more FPS games. I'm a big fan of Valorant. I've spent a lot of months on this game while I didn't upload Call of Duty on my channel and didn't play Call of Duty or Warzone because of the state of the anti-cheat system and all those sorts of stuff. I know these two, it's undisputed that these are two of the biggest juggernauts in the FPS world. So we have to talk about these games, and the reason I believe they're destroying them is because of the main core aspect of FPS. It's competition, and unfortunately all of the stuff that's going on in the world with the inclusivity and PC culture, we now have this participation medal syndrome that's worked its way into gaming. Now, gaming to me used to be my avenue to escape from the realities or certain realities of the world. I've mentioned to you guys previously on my channel, I had a massive bout of depression when I got stabbed. The come down from that was absolutely horrible. Did I have thoughts about doing certain things to myself? Yes. Do I believe that gaming massively helped me with this? Yes. And one of those was because I met new people who didn't judge me, didn't know anything about me, and I could talk to them about problems or just socialize with them and enjoy a game. But now we've got certain things coming in that starting to ruin that kind of aspect where you can build friendships, where you can meet new people. I mean, look at Battlefield 2042 right now. This game has 128 players in some lobbies with no game chat. And also, just to compound all these problems, they're taking the competitive edge away, the reason why people play these games away. So we now have no scoreboards and no statistics. So when you do bad, you don't know how to improve because you don't know how bad you've done. It's the same with Call of Duty Vanguard right now. They've tried to be a bit more sneaky about how they've done it. And they've added what they would consider a cool new feature, which is the MVP play. So you get this little vault thing, and that's just a distraction tactic because that's what these guys are good at doing. There is an option to see the scoreboard, but because you're so focused on who you're gonna vote for, no one gets to see the scoreboard because they don't want people to be highlighted for having a bad game. And the problem with this is that's what skill-based matchmaking has introduced. People are going to do bad in anything in life. We need wolves and sheep. Some people are going to be great at stuff. Some people are going to be equally bad at stuff. That is just the way the world works. And why these people are trying to dilute this, I don't know. We've had a massive dilution of the skill gap in Call of Duty over the years, where the first real obvious introduction for me was in Modern Warfare 3. There may be other things you guys want to incorporate down in the comment section that was introduced, but that was the first real thing I saw change for a lesser skilled player, which was the introduction of the support streaks. Now, they weren't actually really bad. I don't feel like they affected the game too much. Yes, now and again you'd get a bomber come over your head, destroy your streak that you was on for a Moab, and that would really annoy you, but it wasn't every single game without fail. Now we're going into games where these are potentially the worst spawns I've ever seen in Call of Duty. A lot of you guys I've seen complaining about this, and you believe that this is just something that the developers have overlooked. Incorrect. This is all done on purpose, in my personal opinion, especially from seeing the experiences of Modern Warfare 2019. Quite often you would spawn in an area where you was protected. Now they've realized there are people who are lesser skilled players that even though you spawn in an area of protection, when you come out, you are still going to get decapitated by a better player. So what they've done now is they've assessed that and thought to themselves, I know what we can do. We can spawn everyone randomly behind other people so you can just shoot your gun and at least get a kill. Participation medal at its finest. So to have no sense of competition, how does that make a gamer feel? Because I'll try and take it out of gaming. If I sent you to your favourite sport to watch a game, and we'll throw in the luxury of you getting courtside or in the director's box. So if you're into American football as I call it, or soccer to some of you guys, basketball, hockey, let's say you get the best seats in the house, and then I turn around to you and say, okay, we're going to play this game, but we're not going to count the score. And I tell you what, I'm going to take away the scoreboard as well. That experience is destroyed straight away because the competitive nature of that game is now flat on its face. It doesn't exist anymore. This is the basis of why we play these games, and it's actually what most games are based on, some sort of basic competition. And without that, you haven't got a game anymore, and that's what we are currently going through, in my personal opinion. And that's why I believe these guys need to be called out about it. The removal of scoreboards is a massive thing to me, and in Call of Duty what they've tried to do with that is not necessarily take the scoreboards away altogether, but Black Ops 4 we had the introduction of the enemy killed in action report, which done away with the stats that you were used to. I want to see kills, deaths, assists, and maybe damage done to enemies. That's my score. That's about it. That's what it should be. And Halo proves, and it's quite ironic it's Halo. Halo's recently come out, and a lot of people are talking about this game. This game is getting rave reviews at the moment, mainly because it introduced all the things that Call of Duty players have screamed out for in terms of ranked mode and all those sorts of things. But you can actually see your kills, your deaths, and all the things that we used to have in these games as a given, as a basis, as a basic of the game. Now these are luxuries. And it blows my mind, and it's quite ironic also to me that Halo has been made by a studio who used to be published by Activision, and once they have dropped Activision, they've chosen to go back to what I believe gamers want. And that just shows even more that whilst Bobby Kotick is in charge, Activision is always going to put out piles of shit, in my personal opinion, and that's just how I feel. So down in the comment section before this video ends up into a hour-long rant, do you guys believe that I'm on the money here? Do you feel the same way? Do you believe that competition is important in these games and that's what makes it what it is? I mean, for me, not having chat in a game where most people have made great friends over the years is ludicrous. How can you make friends on a game if you don't get to chat to people? That is insane to me. I don't know. Down in the comment section, guys, let me know your thoughts and feelings. Guys, there are many buttons you could hit, but a like and subscribe button, I hope they took your fancy. And as always, guys, don't forget to stay on the right track. Peace.